The real issue, I think, is Jill Biden and Hunter Biden. Like, out of anything,
Yeah.
I think they are the issue. How do you move them? It's the real question.
After all the defending I did of Hunter, how could he do me dirty like this?
Maybe
After
it's like
everything.
convince
Yeah.
Hunter that Biden's going to lose, Trump is going to win, and you will be, focused on even more. You will be thrown in jail. They'll come after you. Like, I don't know. There has to be. I'm sure there's some reason or some way to convince Hunter and Jill to push Biden in the right direction, because they have to be the biggest, influences here.
Yeah. Well, part of the problem with Biden being so close to Hunter right now is Trump already kind of like gave away the attacks that he's going to do. Like, yes, Trump being a felon, that is a huge liability. But if he can get swing voters to think that, well, this felon, Hunter Biden, he's calling the shots right now. Biden's not all there. And his felon son, so it's felon or felon. If he can kind of like eliminate that or cancel it out, then that's a huge advantage to him. So like, I feel like there's only negatives with going for Joe Biden. The only positive is the incumbency advantage. But nowadays, that's not the case. Like, it's a polarized time, and there's a lot of voters that are kind of like in the mushy middle. And it's like, okay, well, how do I feel personally? Well, I'm not doing better personally, so I'm going to blame the president. So it just, I just feel like it's so stupid to continue rolling with Biden. And I'm glad that at least privately we hear Democrats say, yeah, he's going to lose. But if you genuinely believe that, like these reports about them throwing themselves on the floor and crying and saying, I wish I was more brave. If you genuinely believe that, shut up or speak up. Like, I don't want to hear about you crying and you're holding each other. Shut the fuck up. If you have a position or, power, listen, you all can do a big fucking Zoom call. Say, hey, why don't we all at the same time? He can't cancel us all. Let's all come together.
Going
of
to
us,
and I can't believe I'm saying this, but going to Trump's point, I think,
don't do it, David. Don't do it,
David.
Public
No, the
pressure
rational
isn't necessarily what's going to work on someone like Biden, because
not public
we have to
pressure
put
at
our
all.
heads in the minds of people with like massive fucking egos who this is a power play trying to take me down. I don't think so. Like, if anything, it's going to activate him even more.
Get your malarkey out of here.
That's why it has to be like internal. I think that's part of the reason why they're so afraid. If they let's say, I don't know, let's say a majority of Democratic senators in the House came out to say he has to drop out, would that move him? I would hope it would.
It might not.
But I don't think it would.
No, I doubt it.
I would hope it would. But if anything, I don't think it would. And that puts Democrats in even a worse position going into the election with someone that you've vocally been against, who they do not want to be the candidate. And now he's definitely the candidate. And now they're all fucked. And he's taking the whole party down with him, which is apparent. There's some reports saying that was kind of like Biden's thinking, is like, if you're going to take me down, I'm taking you down. Like that. So like this, he's a fucking egomaniac. Like
that's crazy, but I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that. I don't want to think it's that far, but I do think that he got that. I know what's best. I've done this, been here, which is true. He has the expertise when it's between him and Donald Trump. Yet he's just, he do. Okay, he got a years in. All right, he been working in American politics, and Trump been working the streets of New York long time, right?
Well,
so this is as a businessman, dirty businessman. But and so like I get that, but he's done his time, he's done his job, I feel like all that stuff is done. But that ego that you're talking about, David, I agree, is just more so he feels like, I know what's best. I said I'm gonna do it, and just watch me do it. Not necessarily that he's gonna take. If y'all take me down, then I'm taking all y'all down. Everybody that came with me, y'all going down too. None of y'all can run again. None of y'all can do nothing. No, I don't think that he's on that vibe. But that's a way to look at it. But I don't think he's like that. I wouldn't.
Then why the fuck isn't he dropping out? Then why the fuck isn't he out? Like,
I think you're wrong,
Rebecca. Ego. You know, old people in your life, and
exactly the ego. That's what it is. It's the ego.
I don't think that's evil. If he would be like, I'm gonna do this,
he is evil.
Is it really that question? Biden is so far has been excusing a genocide for 10 months. I think he's perfectly fine with being evil. Like, I don't.
I know.
I don't think that's really an issue for him.
I'm not making excuses for him, but I think that he really just wants to stick it out because he said he can beat Trump. So that's He feels like.
Oh, he also said if he loses, that it's about the friends you made along the way. That was
he did the
When
goodest
he was
job.
like, as long as
Baby.
I did the goodest of jobs,
At least I
it's okay.
did the goodest job
Gold
I
star.
could.
Gold
Yeah.
star.
Like,
When I go into the blender, I'll be thinking, well, at least Biden did the goodest job.
Thank you for trying.
Which, like, this is shit that a lot of politicians. This is how a lot of politicians operate. Is they think about themselves, but they're normally smart enough to not give that answer. Like, a better politician would be thinking that, but they're not going to be giving that answer. The answer they would give an answer about, like, it would be disastrous under Trump. That's why
I'd never forgive myself, but I know I'm gonna win, which is why I'm sticking to this race.
Yeah, something like
some
that.
bullshit answer.
Like, not like, oh, at least I gave them my goodest job. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Agreed.
Yeah, like, what is this fucking, like, you're attempting a boss fight in Dark Souls? Like, what the fuck are we talking? You're talking about the presidency. Come on, man.
Project.
Come on, man.
Listen, Biden can shut down all these questions about his mental competency if he plays the Elden Ring DLC and at least gets to the Mesmer boss. If he can do that and defeat that boss, he has my vote. Full stop. He won't do it though because he can't.
It's not gonna happen. So
that's definitely not happening. Kamala Harris probably couldn't either though, so I guess she can't get your vote either.
I think that if you give her the right build, give her a strength and dexterity build, I think she could do it. She needs a little bit of practice. I think she could do it.
+1 Xanax, +2 mimosa, she'd be set.
Yep.
Just give her the dance pad. She could be the dance pad.
On the Xanax.
By the way, as we film this, so I'm watching, like, I'll refresh every once in a while. Like 10 minutes ago, there was the 16th House Democrat called on him to drop out. Now we just have the 17th. So the numbers are ticking up, and the reports about, this drip, and the amount of people expanding, it seems like it's coming to fruition. Again, as David was saying, like, even if half call on him to resign, that might not move the needle. Again, I think that it is going to come down to his inner circle and his wife and Hunter Biden, and I think they've locked us in. At this point, I don't know what's going to happen, but either way, it's pretty shocking, regardless of what happens. Like, if they replace him, that's really shocking because we haven't seen anything like that. If they don't replace him, that's fucking shocking because he's headed for, like, almost certain defeat. So, like, either way, it's going to be a very entertaining 4 months. I wish that, like, we were watching the movie about this and not experiencing it. But, there's going to be content. So, we'll be entertained, to say the least.
This season of America is wild. Absolutely wild. America, what are y'all doing?
You thought season 2 in 2016 was crazy.
Wild.
This is the worst.
You think you just fell out of a coconut tree? Tree? Tree?
They not like us.
Tree? Tree? You think you just fell out of a coconut tree?